judgment in the matter of
a landmark ruling from the British Supreme Court setting out how women are defined in law.
The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex.
In other words, sex is assigned at birth, and trans women, including those who've undergone gender reassignment, are not legally considered women. Activist Jane Fay, director of Transactual UK, is devastated.
Because effectively what this decision does is exclude trans people from society.
But outside the court, cheers from supporters of the decision, including from one of the activists who led the campaign.
This is not about prejudice or bigotry, as some people would say. It's just about saying that there are differences, and biology is one of those differences.
In its ruling, the UK Supreme Court stressed that this legal definition does not strip trans rights, as they would still be protected by anti-discrimination laws. But the decision could affect policy decisions related to participation in sports, the military, and female-only spaces, among other areas.
It's going to take a generation to bring us back. I will be gone before we see happier times here.
Both critics and supporters of the ruling drawing parallels with President Trump's legislation regarding transgender Americans.
There are only two genders, male and female.
The Trump administration, which has banned trans students from competing in girls' sports, today suing the state of Maine for failing to comply with that executive order. In the UK, the legal battle that ended today at the highest court started when the Scottish Parliament passed a 2018 law requiring public boards to be composed of 50% men and 50% women, including trans women in the definition of women, something the campaigners opposed. One of the highest profile supporters of the campaign, Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling, took to X to celebrate the ruling. They've protected the rights of women and girls across the UK. I'm so proud to know you, continuing to tweet for hours as reactions rolled in. And Ellison, this ruling is clearly welcomed by some, but it still leaves some tricky questions unanswered. For example, if trans people are excluded from single-sex spaces, does it mean that they'll be asked to use, say, the restroom or the changing room of their former gender? Another question might be, well, if women are now defined as women only by birth, does it mean that trans women are now considered male? So this ruling clearly defines the term, but its implication will have to be worked out over time. Ellison?
Alagarani in London. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.